Hey, good afternoon there, Sweet Peas. Basic Prepper Mom Myra here, and I want to take this opportunity to thank all the veterans out there. Thank you for your courage, your service, and for protecting us, keeping us safe, and fighting for our freedoms. We appreciate and honor you always and support you 100%. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Okay. Want to talk about education real quick. Now, why am I talking about education? Well, education, especially if you have kids, can be a very, very important part of your preparedness, because if we end up in a crap hit the fan kind of scenario, you are going to need to know how to move forward with your child's education, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's academics, whether it's life skills, whatever that looks like to you is your game plan that you need to get together. And also depending on obviously your kid's age and so forth, right? Abilities and stuff like that. So back in the olden days, we had basically three choices. There was public school, there was homeschooling, and there was private school if you can find them and if you could afford them. Usually the, very fancy rich kids went to the private school. Nowadays, there are more and more solutions and more things that are kind of popping up to give parents that choice. Now, I don't know where you live, but I live in California. Next year, the vaccine mandate is coming into play. Now, my youngest is actually a senior this year, so she will not fall under that category. However, my two older kids are in college and they're having to deal with that right now, and then she will be following suit. So looking at kind of some alternative situations. Now, there are other schools out there with different kinds of philosophy, just depends on where you want to go. There's Montessori and there's Waldorf. Montessori is still fall under that mandate, that kind of government control kind of thing. And Waldorf has actually, in our county, I don't know about where you're at, but in our county, Waldorf has actually kind of restructured itself. So it falls now under the Private Education Association. Now, if you have a school that falls under the Private Education Association, they are exempt from mandates. There is also another school that the county next door to us is starting up, and it's called Liberty School. I don't know a lot about it. I've been trying to do a little bit of research, but they're kind of like, it is a school. You take your kids there, K through 12, and you take them there from 8:30 to 3, Monday through Friday. So it is an actual school. They do have credentialed teachers that they hired. So those are the kind of like community pods that are kind of popping up now. So I think that as time goes on and things kind of get more and more strange out there, we will see a real big shift in the educational system for our kids. And it's kind of up to us what's going to work best. Now, my suggestion at this point would be obviously do whatever is best for you and your family, but it might not be a bad idea to look kind of in the future a little bit. And if you have a fourth grader, to maybe get some textbooks for like 5th, 6th, 7th grade levels, just to kind of keep them on hand. You can typically find them really inexpensive, used. They don't have to be, state of the art, pretty much as far as I'm concerned. I know, don't Common Core, whatever. Math is math. And especially if you go to some of the older textbooks, when you get into, when you're 4th, 5th, 6th grade, it's pretty much math is math. Math is math all the way across the board. But, English, history, there's definitely things that you could, online resources that you can find right now. But what I would really suggest is to actually have hard books or workbooks and stuff. Just have them on hand. Like I said, they tend to be very inexpensive. If you don't use them, donate them to Goodwill or hospice or whatever thrift store that you have, and you're not out a ton of money. But if you do need them, you absolutely 100% have them, and it just gives you kind of a resource to be able to kind of move your kids along if that's what you are looking to do. So definitely look into what educational system works best for you and your family. But that is something that needs to be considered in the very near future as things are changing quite rapidly in our country. So that is my spiel for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful and amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.